Hi friends, in this video we will discuss the function of receiver. Receiver function is to select a desired frequency component and reject all other unwanted frequency component. There are two types of receiver, amplitude modulated receiver and frequency modulated receiver. And each of these are of two type, tuned radio receiver and super heterodyne receiver. First of all, we will discuss tuned radio receiver. Block diagram of tuned radio receiver is shown in the figure, in which first of all antenna, then RF amplifier, then demodulation, then audio amplifier, then power amplifier and then speaker. Now we will discuss each term in detail. In the air, our signal is in the form of electromagnetic wave. So antenna receive that electromagnetic wave and change that electromagnetic wave into the electrical signal and passes to the RF amplifier. RF amplifier is a radio frequency amplifier. It is a class C amplifier. According to the property of a class C amplifier, it increases the gain of the incoming signal and it is also the noise redundant. Basically, the RF amplifier is a tuned amplifier. As we already discussed, tuned amplifier in the characteristics of the receiver is its function to select desired frequency component and reject all other unwanted frequency component. Next is demodulation. Demodulation is done by the envelope detector, the technique that we discuss in the demodulation of the amplitude modulation, in which we extract the carrier signal from and the tuned frequency signal. Tuned frequency signal is the frequency that we want to select from the receiver to listen. Then audio amplifier. Audio amplifier works to amplify the radio frequency signal. Power amplifier. Power amplifier is a class B push-pull amplifier which amplifies the current signal, because in speaker we need both voltage and the current signal. So audio amplifier amplifies the voltage of the select radio frequency component and power amplifier boost up the current component. Then the speaker. Again speaker convert the electrical signal back into the physical form and we listen our music. Standard range of frequency that is set up by FCC is 550 to 1650 kHz. So Q, that is quality factor, is given by FR by bandwidth. FR is the tuned frequency that we want to select and the bandwidth range by the FCC is 10 kHz. So for the minimum frequency 550 we find the quality factor as 55, and for the maximum range of the frequency for 1650 we find our quality factor as 165. As we discussed earlier, when Q value greater than 80, then our circuit will be complex. So for the high frequency there is a problem in the quality factor. So now, as our quality factor is directly proportional to the tuned frequency, so tuned frequency will change according to our desired frequency component that we want to select. So now we change by taking the standard quality factor as 80, which value should be the bandwidth. Then according to that we can select our quality factor. So first we find our bandwidth for the minimum frequency range as approximate 7, and for high frequency as 1650 we find bandwidth as 20, and the standard range of the bandwidth is 10 kilohertz. So when bandwidth is 7 it is okay, but for high frequency bandwidth creates problem by taking maximum quality factor. So this is the problem in the tuned radio frequency receiver, that we are not getting the desired result according to what we need, because once the quality factor is fixed then it will create in the bandwidth, and if we fix the bandwidth then there is a problem in the quality factor in the high frequency. So instead of one frequency we are getting the three frequency when our bandwidth is 20 kilohertz. The second signal of entire 570 kilohertz range and half signal of 560 and 580. So this problem is called as the crosstalk. in which instead of one frequency signal, we are getting the three frequency signal. So in this way, tuned radio receiver have poor selectivity because we are not getting our desired frequency component. And this problem is solved out in the super heterodyne receiver by using the mixer that we will discuss in the next video.